hello and welcome. My name is Birgit, and with me here is Ray. We'll be the moderators for today. Before we give the stage to our first speaker, we have some announcements. There are no fire alarms planned for today, just in case you did not hear that in the morning. So if the alarm does go off, then please follow those green signs above the doors, and there will be people to help you as well. And the muster point is just in front of the front door that you use to enter this building.
You know what, I'm looking at this crowd and you're all looking very excited, but also I see a little tiredness of, I've been just standing around, so how about you all point out your hands to the up and then to the fire exit so we all can be sure that you know where it's at. Show me the fire exit. There you go. And where's the windows? Oh, good.
Look at the view. Look at the view.
So glad you're all still alive. That's a good thing. So thank you for showing us that. Also, what we'd like to tell you, if you need some time out and some silent room, we have a silent room right over there. It's called the Pettingston. So go in there, and if you're in there, please do not misuse it as a meeting room just to go back and start talking over there. So it's a quiet room. Use it as a quiet room, and feel free. Also, heading that direction to the Pettingston is the bathrooms. So if you want to freshen up yourself or do whatever, almost whatever you want to do, that's where you can find a place. And I'll hand it back to you, Birgit.
Yeah. So, with no further faff, ado, we'll give the stage to Alex Shin, who is going to share his AI experiences within financial services, and he is the senior product designer for Prudential Financial. So let's give a warm welcome to Alex.
Just gotta check the text sometimes, you guys. So, hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today and enjoying this wonderful conference. I'm truly excited and honored to be speaking at the European Chatbot Conversational AI Summit here at the University of Edinburgh. I truly am honored. This speech marks my second time speaking at a large conference. The first was back in my hometown in New York City, in 2022, and it went very well. I'm hoping my second time here in Edinburgh is just as great, if not better. I've worked really hard to be as engaging and insightful as possible, fingers crossed, this second time around. Drawing on a popular saying in America, I did my best to make sure that the sequel is just as good as the original. So a little bit about myself. I'm Alex Shin, and as mentioned, I hail from New York City. And I'm also a senior UX designer who functions as the product design lead for conversational AI initiatives at Prudential Financial. In other words, I work at the intersection of virtual assistants, chatbots, self-service automation, and AI-powered customer experiences. In fact, I helped stand up Prudential Financial's first ever customer-facing conversational chatbot called Rockwell in early 2022. These days, I still work on that project, but I also work on other initiatives that integrate Gen AI that I will get to later. That said, my role is honestly more than just building chatbots. It's about creating user-centered, aesthetically pleasing, and highly functional experiences that leverage the power of artificial intelligence. My goal as a user experience or UX designer is to make interactions more intuitive, accessible, and most importantly, more useful to our customers. And my goal today at this conference is to show you how those human-centered values remain constant in an ever-changing conversational AI landscape. So we've come a long way, right, since the early days of rule-based chatbots like ELIZA, the first chatbot built in the 1960s at MIT. Back then, conversation design was really limited, essentially pre-programmed scripts with keyword recognition. Today, AI enables more dynamic and adaptive conversations, of course, but the fundamental principles of good design and user experience all still apply. Early in my career at Prudential, with the Rockwell chatbot, for example, my focus was primarily on crafting prompts. I, of course, designed user interfaces, or UI, that aligned with company branding, but once those scalable and repeatable components were in place, I found myself working strictly in a conversation design role. Words essentially became my medium for personal and professional expression. As someone who once considered law school, I found it truly exciting and fulfilling, I really did. Like the nuances of language, the impact of word choice, the subtle influence of tone and punctuation. These were all tools I could utilize to shape user experiences. Should I use an em dash or a comma? Should I rely on word choice alone? Or would an exclamation point add the right amount of emphasis? These small decisions had big implications for clarity, engagement, and overall user satisfaction, and precision. Given that I work in financial services, precision is critical. Our customers span a wide demographic range, and our financial products, like annuities, life insurance, group insurance, often involve complex concepts that need to be communicated clearly and without ambiguity. My role requires translating industry jargon into approachable, conversational language that remains professional and trustworthy. It was through this work that I truly saw how UX design, customer experience, or CX, and conversation design intersect. UX is not just about visual design. It extends into every aspect of interaction, including language. Words are an interface, just like buttons and menus. So, as I moved beyond simple chatbot interactions, I soon found myself designing self-service workflows. They're like step-by-step experiences that allow users to complete tasks. Kind of like requesting tax forms or checking recent financial transactions. These workflows required a problem-solving mindset. I had to balance efficiency with clarity, all while using language that guided users seamlessly. This was also happening in tandem with the incorporation of UI elements like buttons, links, and tables to enhance comprehension, of course. And this overall process also meant collaborating closely with technology teams to understand system constraints, working with business stakeholders to align on objectives, and deep diving into user interviews to craft effective solutions. In addition to the collaborative efforts and the pure UI UX work I do, I'd also help with generating intent variations. I try to anticipate all the different ways a user might phrase a request. For example, how many different ways could someone ask for steps to make a recurring withdrawal, or take out money automatically, or set up a systematic transaction? This was all very rewarding, and I was content with melding UI interface design with UX problem solving and conversational language writing. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, came the generative AI boom. In my opinion, and everyone's opinion, I guess, a true turning point in how we approach AI-driven conversations. Suddenly, the expectation shifted from structured, intent-based chatbots to dynamic, generative models capable of producing responses on the fly. People began asking me about the future of AI in customer service. And I joked during this time, literally everybody and my mother would ask me about the impact of AI. So as not to disappoint my mom, I'd share my insights as a conversation designer, even though I wasn't a machine learning engineer. But that didn't stop the natural curiosity of people around me. My colleagues, my friends, my family, everyone, including myself, marveled at the new technology during the start of this generative AI boom. At Prudential Financial, we saw this Gen AI shift truly as an opportunity to better serve our customers. We're committed to being at the forefront of technology because how can we best serve our customers if we're using outdated tools? Recognizing the potential of generative AI, I joined the Gen AI team as a conversation and UI UX designer, marking a new phase in my career. What I quickly realized was that this wasn't a complete departure from my previous work. It was an evolution, like it really was. The same problem-solving mindset applied, but now with a new set of challenges. The biggest one, in my opinion, building trust. AI is inherently non-deterministic, a term I picked up from my daily Scrum check-in meetings, by the way, meaning the same input can yield different results, depending on factors like training data and randomness in the model. In financial services, where accuracy is of the utmost importance, this unpredictability poses a significant challenge. One incorrect answer could undo trust and damage long-standing relationships with customers. So, how do we at Prudential Financial try to build trust in AI-driven experiences? The first core value is transparency. We have to ensure users understand they're interacting with an AI and set clear expectations up front. So, don't try to dupe customers when they're dealing with an automation. The next way we build trust in AI-driven experiences is through the use of reliability signals. In other words, we incorporate confidence scores and cite data sources where applicable. Next up are fallback mechanisms. We at Prudential provide easy access to human support when AI-generated responses might not be sufficient. For example, we have live chat options that route you to a real person who can direct you to the best solution. In addition, in our conversational chatbots, we make sure to provide the appropriate call center numbers if an error ever occurs within the bot. Through these efforts, in conjunction with user research, user testing, and collaboration with data scientists, we continuously refine our AI-generated interactions to maximize both usability and trustworthiness. So, as we look ahead, I truly believe and also hope that AI will continue to integrate seamlessly into our daily lives. But rather than full automation, I see a growing emphasis on the human touch, where AI supports rather than replaces human interactions. To me, I liken this to the organic food movement, where people are willing to pay a premium for products with a more natural, human-centered approach. And I truly believe we will see a similar trend in AI. Businesses may differentiate themselves, not just through automation, but by offering thoughtful, human-augmented experiences. And through all of this, UX, or the user experience, will remain essential. As designers, researchers, and AI practitioners, our role is to ensure that technology serves human needs, not the other way around. Ultimately, conversation design is more than just words. It's about shaping how people engage with technology, and in my case, how they interact with their financial futures. We in UX have a responsibility to create experiences that are not only functional, but also clear, trustworthy, and empowering. So, as we continue pushing the boundaries of AI-driven experiences, let's remember, AI is powerful, but it's not the end-all be-all. People are. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And if you have any questions to him, please, during the coffee break, go and ask those questions. What really stood out to me and what got me thinking was that how many ways there actually are to ask for a money withdrawal. that's probably another conversation starter.
It is, like all the UX and all the things that how people understand things differently. One of my favorite questions is, do you like coffee?
Yes.
I ain't got none, so gonna have to go and get yourself some.
Yeah.
See,
Let's
so
do that,
it's
yes.
like, thank you, Alex, again. And I'm looking forward to everyone who is also going to be online today. There's a lot of people, and we didn't greet them yet. We are so unpolite. So
Hello to people
hi there.
online.
Yes. And we go